What's up, guys? Welcome to your Thursday demo video. Gonna try to go for an AMRAP of 5 minutes, ideally getting 3 to 4 rounds here. Starting things off with 10 sunrise planks. That'll be a soft count, so 5 each side. Then we have 10 scat push-ups, 5 and 5 dumbbell around the world, so that's each direction. And then 5 and 5 dumbbell strict press. Let's see what these look like here. So with our sunrise planks, we're starting in that push-up position. We're gonna rock onto one side here. Notice how she comes up. Shoulders are stacked and feet are stacked as she comes up in that side plank. Core is engaged. She's trying to keep her hips away from the ground, and she only reaches her hand to the ceiling, not behind her, but to the ceiling, and those eyes follow that hand. We don't want these to be fast. We want them to be slow and controlled. Make sure you own each part of this movement. A lot of balance here with that core. Then you have scat push-ups. So we're allowing those shoulder blades to come together and wrap around that spine. And then as she drives back up, she's protracting or pushing those shoulders into the ground, or away from the ground rather, to spread those shoulder blades apart. Then we have 5 and 5 dumbbell around the world. All right, so with this, like it says, around the world, imagine your head is the sun and that dumbbell is the earth here. All right, so you're driving that dumbbell around your head. Notice how her head stays looking forward. You're not trying to dodge the dumbbell with your head, but rather move the dumbbell around your head. Imagine your head is immobile, it cannot move. Your torso also should be engaged. That core, nice and tight. Shoulders, nice and tight, all right? It's gonna be a shoulder burner and a little bit of touch on that core as well. You go 5 and 5 each direction. Then we have 5 and 5 strict press. So that core stays engaged here. We're gonna hold that dumbbell across that little bar in the middle, and we're driving straight up overhead here. 5 and 5 each side. Then, after these strict press, thinking bicep to ear with those, we have a strength portion for you guys, only the dumbbell today. So 4 sets on a 12-minute clock. So that means you got 3 minutes per set. 2 of those minutes are gonna be attributed to a side plank, so we should get done with this first movement in about a minute or less. So we have 12 and 12 dumbbell single arm, bench or floor press, depending if you have a bench. If not, you can go down to the floor and do floor press as well. You go 12 and 12 each arm there. Looking to increase in weight throughout our sets, make it more challenging as you go on. Build, 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 that's the goal. Then you have a minute side plank on the right side and a minute side plank on the left side, all right? Or going for a max amount of time that you can, all right? If you can only get 30 seconds on a side plank, don't worry about going the whole minute. Make sure you go big, max, 1 effort, and then you'll have the rest of the time to rest, all right? And that way you know, hey, I need to work on these side planks to be able to build into doing a minute consistently. At the end here, we've got a small little benchmark, not for us, but we have an infinity loop. We have 4 rounds on a 5-minute cap, so this one's gonna be 4 time right here, 4 rounds. You go on 10 and 10 dumbbell push press, and then 10 up downs. You go boom, 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 boom. That's 4 rounds. Then, if you get done before the 5-minute cap, write that time down, all right? That's your goal, is trying to get under 5 minutes. Then you have a 1-minute rest here. Then you go into 3 rounds on a 4-minute cap, so less time, also less rounds. 10 and 10 push press, but you're going to full burpees now. We're going all the way down to the ground. Then you have a 1-minute rest again, and then you finish off with 2 rounds on a 3-minute cap, all right? So as you can see, it goes down by 1 round, it goes down by 1 minute. 10 and 10 push press again, but you have 10 burpee over dumbbell, all right? So that's gonna be a little bit more challenging. All those movements progress a little bit. So with the floor press or bench press, you're gonna have your dumbbell here, straight up in the air. It's single arm, not double arm, so you only should have 1 dumbbell out. Then you're gonna take that elbow at a 45-degree angle, gonna kiss that elbow to the ground and explode and punch back towards the ceiling. You should get a good contraction in that tricep and chest. Make sure those lats are engaged as well, and we're pushing that shoulder into that bench or into that floor to use as leverage. We're thinking about pushing away from the weight. We don't want that shoulder to come with us as we press up. We would rather have that shoulder stay back and connected to the bench or floor behind us. Use it as leverage. Then we have a 1-minute side plank on the right side. We'll just show one side here, because obviously it'll look the exact same on the other, hopefully, all right? So she's on that elbow there. That elbow is directly under her shoulder. She's driving into the ground, making sure that shoulder joint isn't being the one that's taking the brunt of the weight, but she's rather pushing into the ground, and she's engaging that core, rib to hip, all right? After that, she would flip to her other side and go for a max amount of time or a minute. The infinity loop, all right, like we said, starting off with 4 rounds on a 5-minute cap, you have 10 and 10 push press, and then you have 10 up downs, all right? So with this push press, we're gonna go through this once here. gonna have a shallow knee bend. It's a singular knee bend. So she bends, she dips, she drives, and she punches. All right, so those are 3 key words: shallow dip, drive with the legs, and punch with the fist. So it should be a quick movement. The dumbbell should move fast. And notice how she extends that dumbbell directly overhead, not out in front of her face, and not too far behind, overextending. All right, so after those push press, then you do your 10 up downs here. All right, so it's just the top half burpees are what these up downs are. Jumping those feet back, hopping those feet forward, making sure that core stays engaged. Then you have a 1 minute rest, and then you drop down to 3 rounds on a 4 minute cap, 10 and 10 push press, which we just showed, but 10 burpees this time. All right, so we're going chest to floor here. When she hops back up, those feet go wide, 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 wide. Don't go narrow with your feet. If you go narrow and you don't have good ankle mobility, you're gonna end up on your toes and your heels are gonna be in the air. That's when pressure goes to your knees. You do not want that. So wide feet, flat feet. Then you finish off with 2 rounds on a 3 minute clock, 10 and 10 push press, and 10 burpee over dumbbells. So we can go into a burpee and jump laterally, which is sideways, or we can turn and face the dumbbell and hop linearly. It's straight in front of us there, all right? Your option there. So get after it, Creed. Have a great Thursday.